Shane, you said it before. What time is it?
Oh,
Say it. Say it.
It's
It's PRD time.
Literally, that happened 4 seconds ago. I had no idea what you were talking about. No clue.
It is what it is. Still a little drunk from last night. Is that what it is?
Nobody's home.
Nobody's home.
Nobody's
The
home.
lights are on, but nobody's home.
Hey, it's Friday. It's an excuse, right?
Oh my God, it is Friday.
It is Friday.
I literally did
Be
manage
happy.
to forget that
Be happy.
in between the time the countdown started and the show started.
Okay. Well, yes, it is Friday, and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. I'm Anthony Tochi, joined as always by my accomplices, Shane Diefenbach,
Yeah, I am.
Shawn DePaz,
Yeah, he is.
and Derek Montilla, getting a beer from the fridge. What's up, buddy? What's up? Look, guys, I know ASU basketball is the talk of Tempe right now. But there is a football game going on tomorrow, okay? The last home football game of the season for the Sun Devils, and they're taking on Shawn's favorite team in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Right? Fair enough?
I would say so.
My favorite team in the Pac-12 is Arizona State.
Are they?
You have a love.
Honestly,
You
that's
have
a fair
love.
question.
You have a love for them Beavers, bro.
It's not.
What?
It's Friday at
Come on.
2:04 p.m.
Jesus, Totri.
What was wrong with that?
I'm not.
Just
Their
move on.
defense. I am in love with Oregon State's defense, not Oregon State in general. I think my favorite team in the conference outside of ASU is Oregon now because I've come fully around on Bo Nix. But Oregon State has my favorite defense in the conference.
Okay, that's totally fair. Yeah, Oregon State, their defense definitely is going to be presenting some issues for the Sun Devils tomorrow. And to talk a little bit more about it, we've got Erin Slinde, reporter for KVAL, and formerly of PHNX.
Formerly.
Right? That's the right term.
Formerly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
PHX alum.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Erin, thank you so much for taking the time today. Just right off the bat, we talked a little bit about the Oregon State defense. Just what challenges does that unit present for Arizona State, do you think?
Yeah, well, me and Shawn don't agree on much, but I am also in love with this Oregon State defense. And historically, past years, the Oregon State defense has really struggled. And the Beavers worked really hard over the offseason to make sure that was not the case for the season. And honestly, this Oregon State defense has really held them in a lot of games, especially going through the season. Their quarterback, Chance Nolan, goes down. Their backup has to go in. So this defense has really held this Oregon State team in a lot of games that have helped them become bowl eligible now. For the second year, the first year in 13 years was last year. They made it to a bowl game, and a lot of players decided to come back because they knew that they had unfinished business this season. So it's been really fun to watch this defense kind of thrive all season. I'm excited to see what challenges they bring to the Sun Devils, who are also kind of struggling with injuries themselves.
Yeah.
Understatement.
Oh, you could have just stopped right there.
I didn't think the injury part was coming. You said struggles, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, they are struggling. Slinde, Arizona State's a game. You're playing football kind of on Saturday. But next week, I think, is the real thing. Do you think there's any chance OSU might be looking ahead to the battle formerly known as the Civil War, now just the Oregon State-Oregon rivalry?
Yeah, I definitely think that is going to be in the back of their minds, knowing that they're going to take every single opportunity this weekend to kind of build towards next weekend. But they know that the Sun Devils are a team that they're not going to take lightly. Jonathan Smith said earlier this week that he finds this Arizona State team dangerous just because of certain circumstances, with Herm being fired, them having a new head coach, kind of building since that, and being a threat in a lot of different parts of the game. Should be some interesting matchups, but I do think that they're not going to overlook the Sun Devils, but they're definitely going to take every opportunity to give the Ducks some good film to look at and some good things that they're going to have to honor when they go and play in Corvallis next week.
You remember like 3 weeks ago, when Bill Belichick was praising the Bears and like saying like, "Oh, Velus Jones Jr. That's the guy we got." That's the type of energy I'm getting from Oregon State right now.
You can't look past anybody in this conference. I mean, could, but
Colorado.
So I mean, if anybody's been watching the show for this football season, they have heard me and I mean us talk about this Oregon State defense a lot, and so they should know that Oregon State's defense is very good. But in particular, what players should ASU fans be looking out for that might give this ASU offense some problems?
Well, I would say Alex Austin, but the Beavers had 6 players go down against Cal, and he was one of them. So they really had to rely on a next man up mentality. But one player that really stands out to me would definitely be Kyrie, that has got the interception against Cal last week. Jack Plummer, a quarterback from Purdue that came in the last year and just tore apart the Beavers. So they kind of came in also with a chip on their shoulder, kind of wanting to face Plummer again. But definitely Kyrie Fisher-Morris stands out in my mind. I would say the defense as a whole is just all a threat. And it feels like it's different players every single night, but definitely without Alex Austin, this defense struggles a lot. Jaden Grant also went down. He's another huge part of their defense. And so I'm interested to see who's out there and how they step up. There are a lot of players that had to come in mid-game that haven't seen the field in a long time, if ever this season. And they stepped up. We saw a lot of young players. So should be interesting to see kind of what happens towards on the defensive side. But I would just say this defense as a whole, no matter who's in, I think is a big threat.
Yeah, definitely. We've talked a lot about this Oregon State defense just because it feels like that's the lifeblood of the program right now. But the struggles for ASU have really come on their defensive side of the ball, specifically when it comes to stopping the run. Freshman running back Damian Martinez just kind of leading the way, it feels like, for Oregon State. What have you seen from him so far this season?
Yeah, well, he rushed for 105 yards versus Cal. He's definitely been a go-to, especially when Chance went down. You had to take Gulbranson in. That really, I mean, this Oregon State offense did not do well in the passing game up until the season. I mean, when I'm telling you in their spring game, they did not score a single touchdown. In their first scrimmage of fall camp, they did not score a single touchdown. And then when we saw them play their first game, it was like, wow, how did they figure it out in 2 weeks of camp? So I think they kind of knew all this time that it's part of it, I feel like, has been a little bit of luck. Part of it, I know that they've worked hard to grow, but definitely when their starting quarterback that led them to a bowl season this past year, now you're taking your backup third-year freshman quarterback and asking him to do the same thing when he couldn't even do it as well as Nolan. And I think that's hard. So the Beavers have to rely a lot on their run game. And so Damian Martinez obviously has really grown a lot, but also looking at Deshaun Fenwick, he's also been a huge part of their run game, but he's been injured, was not able to play against Cal. We don't really know his status coming into this game against Arizona State. Also, Luke Musgrave, part of their biggest, one of the biggest players coming into this season for the Oregon State offense, has been out for several weeks. Still unsure of his status. He could come back any game, and we wouldn't know. From what it's looking right now at this point in the season, he's probably not, but you can't count him out. Yeah. So I think it's been interesting to see really embracing this next man up mentality. Shawn Harrison, he had 8 catches for 79 yards versus Cal. Him and Gulbranson have actually been connecting really, really well. Gulbranson's getting a little bit more comfortable with his wide receivers that haven't been as strong in the first part of the season, but have kind of grown a little bit since then. And Zach Belling, the tight end that replaced Luke Musgrave, has also been getting some catches too. So, it's definitely relied on the run game, which I know that the Arizona State defense has kind of struggled to stop. And I think that if the Sun Devils have any chance of winning this game, they're going to have to find a way to do it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not promising.
Slinde, the over-under right now is set at 54.5. I don't see a way that more points are put up by either team to get there. Yeah. Like, I think I'm probably leaning in the realm. We'll get to our score predictions later, but 20s and 10s.
Yeah,
scoring.
I like the under.
Do you see any type of offensive output that the public might not be looking at, or is this going to be as boring as we think it is?
I would say if this game was played in Research Stadium, maybe. But the fact that this game is being played for the Beavers on the road in Tempe, I think they might struggle a little bit, especially to see how many fans that the Sun Devils bring out, how loud it is, and just how comfortable, Gulbranson still is now playing on the road. I think playing at home, it's easier to get in a rhythm. It's easier to find that comfortability. But when you're playing on the road, it's your last game. It's a lot of pressure for the Beavers going into arguably their biggest game of the season. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a very boring, low-scoring game, but I'm hoping that both the defenses are able to do some things. I want to see some interceptions. I want to see some sacks. I think there's still fun ways to look at it from the defensive aspect, but in terms of a scoring, it's hard to tell. If anything, I want to see Jack Coletto get in there. We saw him. Jack Coletto, I'm not sure if you guys know, was a quarterback recruited at Oregon State that they have just translated into a Swiss Army knife. And he can really be anywhere on the field. He's on special teams. You'll see him a lot in there on, third down conversions, just trying to get the ball and convert for the Beavers. And he's been absolutely ruthless, but he was another one of those players that went down in the Cal game. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be a big tell to see if he's able to play for the Beavers, knowing that they rely on him a lot, especially in the red zone. So
let's leave.
I think there's a lot of things.
Yeah. Do you have a score prediction for the game? How do you think this is going to go from a Beaver perspective?
I'm looking at maybe like a 28-21 Beavers.
Yeah, a lot of respect for ASU's offense.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be one of those games, maybe 14-21. Yeah, that would be a good game, I think. It just kind of depends on who's A, available, and B, how well these teams play. Realistically, knowing that, some of their best players might not be playing.
I'm not looking forward to this game at all. I think ASU
I'm looking forward to it because I've been
points.
looking forward to seeing Oregon State's defense all year.
Just this way? This is how you want to watch it?
I mean, it's better now it's happening this way and not in a situation where they could be ending our bowl eligibility because that already happened.
That's very true. Look, we'll make a trade. You guys, Oregon State can have the dub. The Ducks don't really get anything out of this. They can beat Oregon State next week, and then we'll take Kenny Dillingham. And then that sounds fair to everybody, right?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Did you want to ask about Kenny? Is he coming?
Yeah. Isn't he just the best? I'm obsessed with Kenny Dillingham, and there's obviously, Chaparral, lots of ties to Arizona State, but let's not talk about the probability of him coming here. Let's say he's here.
Yeah.
Do you think that impact of having a guy like Kenny Dillingham can change this program and kind of make ASU a little bit scary, maybe?
I think so. I think it's been really interesting to see the progression of the Ducks. Bo and Kenny both were getting a lot of heat after that Georgia game. And then consistently, week after week, continued to grow and develop, become one of the, I think, most versatile offenses that I've watched in college football this season. And that's both the work of Bo and Kenny, I think, together. Knowing they kind of had a connection a little bit before previously coming to Oregon, I think helped. But I think that from what the Ducks have just said is that Dan Lanning lets these players play free. And under Cristobal, the ones that decided to stay, it was not like that last year. And so I think Kenny runs a really interesting, versatile offense. But on the other hand, you can have a great scheme, but if you don't have the players to really run that scheme the way that you want to run it and that it works, it's hard to say whether it's going to look the exact same. I think it's going to have to be a lot of recruiting players that do fit into that scheme, recruiting a quarterback that can be the leader of that scheme, run that scheme. But I definitely think Kenny has just seeing how creative the Ducks have been. And how much they've continued to evolve and adapt. At the beginning, we saw a lot of movement, a lot of production from the tight ends. At one point, we'd have 3 tight ends on the line, running the ball and trying to get it to one of them. And then, you saw Bo kind of rushing more himself, using his legs when he needed to. And then the running backs have really improved and got a lot better, too. Noah Whittington and Bucky Irving. So, they have a lot of pieces, but Kenny does not debate losing or using all of those in order to see where this Oregon offense can go. But, that game against Washington was tough. So, and I think it exposed them in a lot of different ways. More ways, I think, defensively. But still it'll be interesting to see how this offense responds after a tough loss.
I'm just curious. Do you have any kind of sense of like how ASU in general is viewed as a program? Like, obviously, we're very close to it, and we have our problems with the program. But like after the Herm firing and everything like that, like, are people taking ASU as a program seriously? Are we kind of like a laughing stock? Like, have you gotten any kind of sense of that?
I think it's kind of been interesting because I wouldn't say more so of a laughing stock, but you being on the Arizona State campus and, that's going to be one of the easiest places to recruit to if you do it well and you do it right. But also, you can't just recruit to a place. You have to recruit to a culture. You have to recruit to a program. And I think that, obviously when you a lot of places, I mean, looking at softball, for example, how well they did this year, and then everyone left. Maybe there's some things
She's
that
just coming here to break our
you to be
heart,
bringing that
Erin.
up.
sorry. But like you look at a place like that where it's like there's got to be something that's lacking somewhere underneath where we can't see that needs to be fixed. And I think it's almost like you just need it's almost like you need a clean house. But honestly, that starts with a football coach. Dan Lanning coming in and changing this Oregon program has changed a lot. And I know Oregon fans have some of the highest expectations. Phil Knight has some of the highest expectations in the whole entire NCAA. There's enough money getting fed into that program that they know the expectation is that we want to win and be successful. So I think that, it's going to take a new football coach to really come in and change everything from the top down. And if you have programs that aren't being where they need to be in the Pac-12, then you need a clean house, because I think Arizona State is a college that for no reason should be sitting at, below 500 in the Pac-12. That, they have a university that you should be able to recruit to. And if you do it the right way, I think it can be accomplished. I mean, you look at Arizona, I feel like when Arizona was down, you've kind of seen them rebuild a little bit, and it started with the women's basketball program, and then with the men's basketball program, and then now football's starting to get a little bit better. Like, it's going to take something like that to kind of where you just have to regroup and clean slate and start over, and there might be a couple growing pains, but I still think that they're trying to that cloud that I think was over the football program kind of spread throughout the entire athletic department. So yeah.
Well, hopefully, in a couple months, when everybody has forgotten about the Oregon State stomping that is about to take place tomorrow, we could just be happy about Kenny Dillingham
Kissing
wearing
babies.
maroon and gold. Sure, Shane.
Shaking hands, kissing babies.
Oh, yeah, shaking hands. I got you. I understand. Yeah. Final thing, Erin, before we let you go, is there anything that you think we missed in terms of this Oregon State matchup tomorrow? Maybe something that people aren't talking about or something that might fly under the radar?
Yeah, I just think that you're looking at two programs. I think ASU is kind of one of those programs right now where you don't know how they're going to come out and play. They could come out and play really well, and they could come out and play really bad. I think Oregon State is kind of has that expectation. They're going to come out. Their offense is going to be a little bit above average. Their defense is gonna perform. But I think, as we've seen in college football, it can be anyone's day. And at the end of the day, I think right now, and at this point in the season, it's who's healthy and who's going to play better. So I just think that that is the biggest thing. I think Oregon State knows that Arizona has weapons that, if they choose to use them or not, that they can use, and they're going to have to rely on that awesome defense and just doing enough to push the ball downfield in order to get some points out of it. That's how you win this game. But if Arizona State, their defense can stop the run game, which I think will be the key to the game, and really just try and move the ball downfield, make some completions to help them put points on the board, I think it could be a pretty interesting game. But it's just hard to know. We don't know who's going to be on the field. We don't know who the next man up is and how he's going to perform. So I think it's kind of we'll wait and see what happens.
It would not be an ASU thing to win this game, but it would be a very Pac-12 thing for ASU to win this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just keep cannibalizing each other.
Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens. Erin, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Always.
Appreciate it.
Always.
As always, Slinde.
All right, guys. Win or loss tomorrow, we drink, yeah? Four Peaks.
Duh.
Let me see. Yeah. No crap. Dog.
Duh.
Okay.
Let me think. Of course.
Okay. Also going to be drinking on Tuesday, November 22nd, because we got Mexico's first World Cup match, and you guys can
I
join us
drink Four Peaks on any day that
At
ends with day.
there you go, at Four Peaks. Be there at 8 a.m. for a delicious breakfast buffet. Also, side note, I love breakfast buffets. I think
yes.
they're the right kind
And
of
also,
buffet.
I love Four Peaks food. Never had a Four Peaks breakfast buffet.
It might go crazy.
It
might go crazy.
might be the greatest thing of all time.
They've also
Gotta
got
be there to
drink
find out.
specials and an appearance from rising head coach Juan Guerra. Buy your tickets in the description, guys. Do we have score predictions for this game?
We also have coffee on my computer.
Oh, not great. not
Do we
great.
have? Did you get the jersey thing I said? So can we look at this
No.
first? This might impact the score prediction.
Okay.
So these are the jerseys that are going to be featured. Obviously, we know. First of all, look what they just released. Nesta
Is
in a
that
pool.
Nesta?
Nesta in a
Nesta in a
pool with the
pool?
jersey.
Let's go.
And
That
then,
might change my score prediction.
Yeah, low key.
and then Oregon State wearing their, I think they're called natural. They have like wood grain textures on the numbers.
I love those
They're-
helmets.
Yeah, they're sick.
They might
So,
sleepers for some of the best unis in the
normally
conference.
I don't like
in the
lighter-
country, I would say.
lighter like colors with white.
Yes,
like
I
against
agree.
white, but I
Yellow
think this
versus
looks
Yeah,
pretty good. On
I
the
think
field.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But during the day, it might just be blown out.
Yeah, that is true. I'm a very big fan of the like yellow pitchfork on the yellow helmet, like the yellow on yellow with the
Yeah,
maroon
yellow
outline.
and yellow ASU
I think it's
jerseys
very
go
cool.
crazy.
And there's not a school in the country that uses black and orange better than them.
They got the Arizona flag on
Thank you.
the shoulders. Did you see
yeah,
that?
I love that's a nice touch. I love that.
Yeah, that did kind of go crazy.
Best state flag. Can we have to have a state flag conversation at some point, but
Yeah, we will. We will.
Arizona might have the best state
It
flag.
might. All right, Shane, let's start with you. Your score predictions on tomorrow's contest.
Boring game, 24-13. Beavs win.
Damn.
We
all have them within 10 to 13
I'm so
points.
Donnie right now, dude.
Hey,
You're checked
what was the
out.
over under? You
checked
said.
out. It's 54.
Yeah, we all have the under
No,
easily.
yeah, there's no. I don't see this game.
This
getting
game,
to
they're
that.
gonna score.
I
They're
don't.
gonna score 74 points, and ASU's gonna win.
No, this is gonna be like the Washington game. It's gonna be like an absolute high scoring shootout.
What do you guys, Shawn?
Yeah, 30-13. I just have a hard time believing that this ASU offense is going to be able to get anything going against this defense. Obviously, Slinde talked about them being banged up a little bit, so maybe there's some things that they can exploit. And then them being such a good rushing team, I think ASU allows them to mask their offensive deficiencies because they are not good as a passing team, but they're good rushing, and ASU obviously has had problems stopping the run. So this could honestly be uglier than 30-13. Maybe that's why the over is so high. They might score
There's
50.
nothing more painful than getting your shit ran up. Just
Yeah,
getting
no,
ran on the
100%.
whole
Just smash
time.
mouth football
It's the worst.
in the face. Yeah.
Look, the only reason that ASU finds a way to win this game is they get an early lead. And as you mentioned, Shawn, the Oregon State passing
Fourth
offense
minute.
is garbage.
Yeah.
So
But
they make them one-dimensional.
But even then, I feel like they'd still run the ball.
Yeah, you have to. I feel like
Well, then
got,
you play the clock there.
You have to score and then like force a turnover. If they can recover a fumble in this game, I think that is an ASU can win a game.
This
in that
is
situation.
very-
If
this
they
is
can
a
win the
game-
turnover battle.
that whoever goes up by 2 scores first wins.
Yeah, probably.
This is something that completely unrelated to the game. I've been meaning to bring this up.
Yes.
Remember like a week or two ago when I was like, why does my face look so much different than everyone else's in the company? Is it the eyes? Is it, you know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
not like my actual face. I'm not smiling.
Yeah,
Everybody else is smiling.
Yeah,
That's the
why
picture you
are you
sent.
smiling?
it's just based on the picture you sent. I was sitting across the table from Michaela Perkins at Zips when my picture was taken, which is why my haircut looks so messed up.
Shane, it's the picture you're holding your
but
cat.
my hair isn't like that in the picture.
Let's see. Can we pull it up one more time?
We've got to take some artistic
I know.
liberties.
But everyone's smiling.
But you're not smiling. You got a nice little like.
I think you look
smile.
very
Honestly, I
handsome.
think my face is ugly as shit.
No, I think you
look
got-
so handsome.
You got.
I'm handsome in real life. I think that face is ugly as
No,
shit.
I think
I
the cartoon's
disagree.
I
cuter.
don't think it's ugly.
I don't. My biggest problem with your cartoon is that your mustache is not pronounced enough.
Yeah.
But I think you have like the Mona Lisa smile.
My dude's got beady little eyes.
No,
We all got beady
I think
eyes.
he's got the cutest cartoon of the three of us.
I don't think it's close.
Mine is definitely dead last. I'll say that. I look gray in the face. I don't know what's going on there. I think Toad for you look
I
good.
look gray in the face. Oh my goodness. Back to the game.
yeah.
Did you guys bet on this game
No.
yet? Are you going to?
No,
Other
under.
than the under?
I wouldn't watch the game if I didn't have to.
Are we going to bet on the under?
I'm kidding. I probably would.
I'll bet the under.
actually would a
I'll bet
lot.
the under because I think if the under doesn't hit, I think ASU wins. I think if this high scoring game, ASU wins it.
Well, ASU only won games this season when they've scored 40 or more points.
Yeah, and I think if it's a high scoring game, it's probably because it's a shootout and Oregon State's throwing the football, and I think this is one of the few games that I'll say I have more confidence in ASU's passing offense than I do the opponents. So we'll see, but I'll be putting money on the under.
Okay, I will too. Look, guys, if you don't want to bet on this game, which I totally wouldn't blame you, you guys can bet on literally anything on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And right now, new customers can make any $5 NBA moneyline bet and get $200 if your team wins. Download DraftKings Sportsbook and use promo code PHNX. That's promo code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for more details. Well, I know we don't want to watch this game because it's probably going to be ugly, but there are a lot of good games going on in the Pac-12, and there is one that could make the Territorial Cup a little bit more interesting.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Washington State versus Arizona.
Let's
Are we
go,
in
Arizona.
agreement? We're in agreement that we want Arizona to win this game.
Yeah.
Yes, because if they were playing like USC, then no, because conference. I'll take the conference over us being petty.
See, I don't know if I would.
No, because we're just being petty. That's really what this
Yeah,
comes
but why
down
do we
to.
care about the rest of the conference?
What do you mean?
No, in terms of why would you overvalue the conference versus the Territorial Cup?
Well, no. I
No,
still want
no.
ASU to win
The
either
only
way.
reason why you want U of A to win is to be petty because you didn't make a bowl game because of us.
Yeah.
Like, that means
Yeah,
nothing.
100%.
Like, if they were playing,
It's always for the good of the conference.
if they were playing
conference,
USC this weekend, everything else is equal, and they're playing USC this weekend. I'm rooting for USC.
I mean, I don't
because-
consider USC and UCLA a part of the conference anymore. So,
Well,
Sure.
yeah, but at least, hey, if they win this year, if USC somehow won the national championship this year, it would be a Pac-12 team winning the national championship.
Jason, I also understand your point.
But yeah, there's also a little bit of that. Like, I do want if Arizona loses, I'm not going to be upset. But obviously, I would very much enjoy being the reason that they don't make a bowl.
Okay, so we've got that game. We've got Stanford and Cal, the Nerd Bowl.
Wait, can we talk about Jaden Delora?
Yeah, let's talk about Jaden Delora. What do you want to talk about him?
Revenge game?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he does have a little bit of a revenge
I
game.
didn't
A
even-
lot of bit of a revenge
I didn't
game.
even think about that. Big time
He's
revenge
talked about
game.
it. He's.
And
I think he throws for 400 yards.
yeah, I
So
was
you
just about
think
to
you
say.
think U of A does win?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised either way, but U of A's offense is just so good, man. It's so good. I think this is going to be like a 45-40 game.
I wouldn't be
curious what the
shocked
over
if this
under-
game was. What's the over set at? the total?
It
Like
was
63
high.
around
Yeah.
there. Something like
63.
that.
I feel like I take the over on that. I kind of want to just
yeah.
mess around and make a like a $10 parlay or $5 parlay with all the.
So you want to
Totals.
just do your weekend normal?
You just want to throw away money.
You know, normally when I say something, I expect Shane to shit on me. But usually I got Shawn in my corner. I didn't feel like I
I'm
had
just
him in my
honest.
corner there.
I just feel like people usually shit on you for unfair reasons, and so I'll protect you. But I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it in the name of truth and honesty.
The name of
Also,
truth and
it's
honesty.
funny because every time I open up DraftKings on my computer, there is one thing in my bet slip, and it is Arizona State to win the NCAA men's basketball tournament at plus 25,000. Went down or went up? Down? Up? It was 30,000 last time we talked about it.
So
Now
the
it's 25,000.
The odds went down.
Yeah.
down. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
They
over
got shorter is the correct term.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
They get shorter or longer.
Oh, yeah, I
Longer
guess that
odds. It's a long shot.
Yeah.
So U of A,
Betting
Jason
guy.
Delora,
What is
going to
it?
be in a shootout tomorrow.
Shorter and long. Whatever. We'll talk about it later.
I mean, we don't need to.
Yeah.
We don't need to at all.
So Stanford and Cal. This is the
So funny.
NCAA Sickos game of the week.
This
Yeah.
is a sicko game
Oh,
of the
yeah.
week.
big time.
It's the Sickos game of the week. No, it officially is. The Sickos Twitter. It's the
Oh,
game
really?
of the week. Yeah, it's
Definitely
it's sold out, which is
Of course.
awesome.
What?
Yeah.
This is one of the bigger rivalries in the conference.
Yeah.
Like these schools do not like each other. Yeah.
Stanford and Cal. Who wins this game? Cal?
I
Canford.
am not gonna even
Cal.
bother predicting.
Style goes
It's-
hard.
they tie.
They tie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the game
I-
gets called off.
I
because
don't think
everyone's too
this is
smart.
one of those kind of games where even like this might be like it doesn't matter what either team is at any given point when you get into this rivalry. Anything is possible. I feel like I gotta side with Stanford just because Cal
Cal's
is not
terrible.
in the conference.
Yeah.
What do we
That's
do
fair.
with the power rankings if Stanford wins?
Well, Colorado's going to lose.
I say we just cancel them.
Yeah.
We just cancel the final power rankings.
We
No,
just
they're like
everything after the top four is
Yes.
just random stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I'm here for that, honestly.
But yeah, I guess I'll side with Cal. Do we know who the favorite is in this game?
No.
I would assume Stanford.
I'll look it up. It's in where? Where's the game being played?
Cal. Cal's the favorite by 5.
What?
Yeah.
Stanford's not good.
Total
I know
set
they're
at
not
46.
good,
Stanford's
Cal-
probably worse than Cal.
They're both 3-7, and they both have one conference
It's
win.
just that Cal
Dude,
has
this
a really
game's
bad
gonna be
loss.
so awesome.
Yeah, I'm
and
very
it's on
excited for this
Pac-12
game.
Network, too.
I'm
What
very
time is the
excited for this
game
game.
and what's the odds?
3:30.
What's the spread? I mean, Jesus, over under.
46.
This could be an 80-80 game. This could be an 81-80 game.
This is a high-scoring NFL game waiting to happen.
Yeah.
It's such a weird game.
I'm so excited for it.
The real game that matters this week.
Colorado and Washington.
Exactly. Let's go there. Colorado and Washington, 1-9 Buffs versus 8-2 Huskies. Washington favored by 30. And the total set at 60.
Oh, it's 30?
Hammer the Buffs.
It was 34.
Hammer the Buffs.
30 is what ESPN
Remember?
showed.
Let me. I'll look to see.
On Monday, it was 34.
So
I was like, I'm taking that.
No, that's 30. Yeah.
People are hammering.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
On Monday, it was 34. I was like, hammer the Buffs.
I still might hammer the Buffs.
That
That's
was
a lot of points against a bad Washington defense.
I don't know. It was sometime.
I'm still in on the Buffs to cover. I mean, they're obviously going to lose this game, but
What sound does Buffalo make, Shawn?
what's that?
What sound does Buffalo make? Yeah,
That's
perfect.
spot on. That's
Did they ever go?
My hand's sweaty.
Mm.
Yeah,
That was pretty good too.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes
they do like the they like the.
Yeah. Can you like scratch their underbelly?
No. Stay away from them if you're at a national park and you see them. Stay at I think it's like 25 feet away from them. Don't go anywhere close to them. They will end you.
Really?
Try
They
and
will
ride one.
unalive you.
I heard a rumor that
Unalive you?
Yes,
I heard
it's like a problem.
I heard a rumor that in North Dakota and like those regions of the U.S., like deers attack people.
Deer, really?
In the
Yes, thank you for
Midwest,
correcting me.
in the
Oh, I didn't even
Midwest,
really mean to
deers
do
are
that.
No,
was
but
just
no,
like-
I was being
but yeah.
genuine.
If
Thank
you look up the deadliest animal, like by state, deer is the deadliest animal in the
Yeah,
state of
because people
Indiana.
just be hitting them and, and
Yeah.
you get car accidents.
Well, it's not even necessarily they be hitting. It's the deer be hitting at people. They're dumb as shit. So they just jump
True.
in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but
So.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of deer back home. There
Unlucky.
also, I believe, are wild buffalo. I remember that at one point they were doing a whole thing to release buffalo into the wild.
David, you got anything?
How did we get here?
Buffalo.
There are no buffalo in North America. They're bison.
Yeah,
Buffalo
they're American
are
buffalo.
but they're bison.
I know it's
They're
a
not
colloquial
buffalo.
term.
Come on.
We've had this conversation.
Time
If
for a
you say-
random-
Literally, we had this conversation like
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
So.
Is this the first time that David's been behind the Mac since he did his random little scone pull?
I
wasn't
think
even
so.
behind
No
the back.
rogue pulls. No rogue
Oh,
pulls.
it's going crazy right now. I'm gonna throw something in.
USC, UCLA.
Mm.
You got number 7 USC and number 16 UCLA. USC favored by 2.5 points. Total set at 76.5,
Hey,
and it is sold out.
this is the weekend the conference dies. Hammer UCLA.
I'm with you. I think UCLA wins outright. What do you
Yeah.
think, Shane?
I'm not going to be surprised if USC
Uh,
wins, but
it's the Pac-12. This could be Colorado at number 16 in the nation for some reason, and USC, and I'd still say Colorado would win
Yeah.
just because.
yeah, no, it's the fact. There's if there's
grumpy
like
boy.
it seems like there's
No,
almost
not.
no way that
Feel
USC.
grumpy.
How was that grumpy?
I don't know. I feel like
I'm
you feel-
disappointed in the Pac-12. This is
Yeah,
what
I mean,
happens.
it definitely wasn't.
Well,
it
I
wasn't
need you. I need you to have a little bit more energy because I feel like when you're a kid, right? Because you have a child. So when you're disappointed in a kid, you could be disappointed, but like you're still like he's my son, you know. Like
The Pac-12 is not my son.
It's not your son.
No, because it's
You're
leaving.
not my
It's becoming
dad.
The Pac-10.
It's-
You're not my dad.
like an ugly ass doo-doo ad. Yeah, no, I feel it's got to be so disheartening to be USC right now because there's like no real chance you win this game because it's the Pac-12 and the Pac-12 does what Pac-12 does.
63% of the tickets, I guess, belong to Bruins fans.
Yeah,
So.
I mean it's a
Sold out the last time
Well,
this
let's see
matchup's going
what-
to happen for the
Let's see
Pac-12.
about that betting handle and the betting tickets.
See where the money lies.
Yeah.
I mean
Okay.
it's over under listed at 76.5. But it's what I expect. DTR is going to have himself a day. We were talking about this earlier. He is
Yeah.
going to run all over this USC.
He
DTR.
might have a bad DTR game though. That's the only way I see USC.
Yeah, that's fair. If he
rolling.
has a bad game, but there is the potential there for him to have one of his best games ever, I think. Because this USC defense is doo-doo.
Josh asking in the chat, can we get one of those kids' toys where it does animal noises, but it's you guys making the noises?
Yes.
Need one for my kid.
Yes.
100%. 100%. So you're pulling up where the betting numbers lie on this game, correct?
I said,
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think UCLA is probably outside of Oregon State. I would say
oh god,
UCLA is my lock of
Uh-oh.
the week.
oh god.
Uh-oh.
66% of the bets and 69% of the money are on
UCLA.
UCLA.
So USC is gonna win.
Trap
This is the public versus the Pac-12. Like, what is going to happen? Because either the Pac-12 is going to Pac-12 or the public going to public.
No.
The public's gonna public.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, so.
the public and the Pac-12 agree right now because they want chaos, but the Pac-12 might Pac-12 because of the publicing.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't really follow what you're saying, but I'm just going to
You
smile
just-
and wave.
The total, a lot of money's on the over.
A lot of
And
money.
the money
Yeah.
line,
I
all
mean,
of it's on.
it's
USC.
That game might go to overtime.
60. It's going to be an 80-80 game.
Hey, I'll be
again.
here
The
for it.
Sharps are all
This might
over
be the
UCLA,
highest
my
scoring
line.
week in the history
Are
of
they?
the Pac-12.
Love it.
Deers sometimes attack humans and pets because it's become more of a commonplace as to illicit.
Do I need to correct you again, or did you kind of just
Deer.
slur deer into sometimes?
You need to correct me again.
Okay.
He's asking you to correct him.
Deer?
Thank you.
Okay.
What did he say?
Deers. I just couldn't tell if you said deer.
Deer attacks on humans are the thing.
I
They're
love
the
it.
thing.
No, they're not the thing. They are.
They're the hot new thing. Deer attacking humans.
Okay.
Do you need some more spice in your life?
Get attacked by
Get
a
attacked
deer.
by a deer. Or a pack of deer.
Number
Dude, what's
that?
a pack of deer.
What are they called?
A herd.
I did not hear. We'll talk about it after the show.
Oh,
I heard
God.
something very different.
What sound of deer make? Yeah,
Just
but then they
sniffles?
go.
Do they?
Again, that was really good. Yeah.
That sounds like an elephant.
No,
I don't think they like. What?
they definitely have.
Oh dear, this has
Damn
gone
it,
off the
Charles.
rails.
That was a very
That was very
max
All right,
joke.
last game. Let's
yeah.
talk about the bad one.
The Utah Utes versus the Oregon Ducks.
This game is so sad to me
Because it doesn't really matter.
because it doesn't really matter.
But
and
it's gonna be
I mean, it
so
does
awesome.
matter because this
It
is
is going to be. I think it's going to be a phenomenal game, and I think Oregon wins. Right?
Well, this is to play the winner of USC and UCLA, basically.
In the
this is like the
Pac-12 championship.
semifinal. That's so cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do like that part. I guess it's cool. Like this is a very
Wow.
important game for the
Is
conference.
that it?
I think
It's the
I
two
want.
highest. It's
Yeah,
the two
yeah, yeah.
teams with the best record. So
I
yeah,
think I want Utah to win this game because it gives you. I think USC stands a better chance against Utah than they do Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. And if USC beats UCLA, then USC needs to win that game also. So I guess I'm siding with Utah here. I think Oregon wins though. I think
Utah
Oregon's-
is favored, by the way, on the road
That's crazy to me.
by 2 points.
That is crazy to me. Oregon is the best team in this conference.
Hey, it's Pac-12 after dark too. It's 8:30 kickoff.
That's road Utah.
Road
Is favored
Utah
over
is favored.
Oregon.
I still am baffled that Utah is the number 10 team in the nation.
Yeah, it does seem kind of wild. That's very quietly the number 10 team.
They're 8-2. I mean,
I just
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think
they
they're
are,
better
but-
than Oregon.
It just kind of seemed like after Oregon got really good, USC's been USC, and then
I can't
UCLA
believe
was.
Washington 17.
Yeah, that's
crazy too.
they're not even a
8-2
top
also.
5 team in this conference.
The
in my
Pac-12
opinion.
is weird, dude. The Pac-12 is super.
I'm confused. Actually, I don't know if UCLA would be guaranteed the spot
Yeah, there's a lot of math though you have to do because there's 3 8-2 teams. Right
because
now.
if
There's 4 8-2 teams.
if UCLA beats USC, USC's conference record would be 7-2, and UCLA's would be 6-2,
Is it conference record or best overall
It's
record?
It'll be
conference record. and then it goes to best overall.
But don't forget, Washington's also 5-2. So it's going to be a very interesting last 2 weeks.
Who
Of it.
knows?
It's going to be very interesting.
It's definitely going to be weird.
You got to root for USC to win out. It's the
Look, guys,
only chance the conference has.
If you want to go to any of these Pac-12 games, which I would recommend because there are some really good matchups, and if you are a Sun Devil fan, it is the last time this season that you can go watch ASU football at home. So get your tickets on game time, guys.
Oh.
You guys, what?
I understand now. Continue. Go
Okay.
ahead. Nel.
You can save up to 60% on tickets when you buy tickets last minute. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description, Shawn.
Hey, you want to go to a GCU basketball game? You can do that for a single George Washington $1. You can get a ticket on Game Time app for a GCU game. ASU this weekekend, $14. $14.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad.
14
buck.
at all.
The
To
price
see a
is going
ranked
up.
Oregon State team, by the way. Last time a ranked team came into the Sun Devil Stadium, what happened?
They lost.
The ranked team.
Lost.
Yes. I thought you were saying Sun Devils lost. And
No,
I was
no,
just
no.
like, yeah, no. Were they also 23 at the time, or were they 25 when Washington came?
Washington was 20-something.
They were at the bottom of the rankings.
Yeah. They were.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Look,
maybe
if you don't
something-
want to go, again, totally understand. You could just sit back at home in your more furniture recliner, and you could watch the game
Wait,
right there.
what's that? You don't have a more furniture recliner?
What are you doing?
Loser.
What are you doing? Go get one right now. Go log on, morefurniture.com. Plus, you guys are going to receive a $100 gift card when you spend $1,000 at More Furniture. You could be like Shawn, and you could get some phenomenal furniture.
I've been having real great
For
sleeps
your
the last few nights.
Apart
since I
some
got my
sleeps.
more
You having
furniture.
great sleeps?
Some great sleeps.
Yeah, sleep.
You're having great sleep.
Yeah, thank you.
I like the sleeps, though. Shawn's getting great sleeps because of More Furniture, and you guys can too. Again, morefurniture.com.
So
Yes.
USC has played one more game because they still got to play Notre Dame.
Oh, we forget about
But
that.
UCLA is playing Cal next week. So if UCLA wins, they go to 7-2, and I think then it goes to overall. So you would just have to hope Or no, it doesn't even matter about Notre Dame.
Because it's Pac-12.
Yeah, well, no, because they would still play one less game. I don't know.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
the USC Notre Dame
just
game
win your
matters.
games. Just please win.
The only thing that matters is watch USC win, climb into the top 4, and then lose to Notre Dame.
They wouldn't climb into the top 4 though.
If they won and people up top lost,
Well, yeah, people up top would have to lose, but the
Baylor
schedule is not-
at Baylor or TCU at Baylor is the big game. TCU only favored by 2.5.
TCU is getting disrespected again. They're gonna
Yeah, no, I agree with
awful.
you. I agree with you. Georgia and Ohio State aren't going to lose.
Tennessee would probably get the spot over USC.
Tennessee got to play number 5. Tennessee got to play South Carolina.
Yeah, they would.
Who's the
that's
third
the
ranked team in the country?
Spencer Rattler game we've been waiting for. You ready for it? You ready for it? I think you are.
LSU number 6 LSU is going to win because they're playing UAB.
The USC's not going.
Hey, don't sleep on UAB, man.
I mean, the SEC is going to cannibalize itself a little bit in the last few weeks. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, it is. It's a long shot that the Pac-12 is in the college football.
And
playoff.
we'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's talk about something not so crazy that happened and deserves a little love. ASU.
I don't know. I was
Wrestling.
trying to get in my wrestling stance.
Oh, I was
You guys
like, what are
should
we
get
doing?
up and get in your wrestling stance while I tell everybody what happened.
Uh-oh.
He got up. You have to get up now. Or David,
Or what do we do? What's our wrestling stance?
enter the screen.
It's not a
this
sumo
is
wrestler.
Sumo wrestling. You just gonna let him stand up by himself?
When you said
here?
wrestling stance, I thought it was like the get on the ground and like where they like.
I mean,
how
you
they
could do
start.
that. You could do
I
that.
was like,
Do that.
No. You want to talk about something that could age poorly on the internet?
Oh, that's just.
I was getting ready to get up in my wrestling stance. Okay.
All right, guys. If you didn't know, ASU wrestling beat number 3 Missouri yesterday. Look, guys, Zeke Jones continuing to build a monster in Tempe. Oh shit! That was scary.
I'm
That
an
was
immovable
real scary.
force.
That was a really scary, really scary.
Shane and I have wrestled one time, kind of. He wasn't really trying.
Waffle
I was
House
kind of
parking lot?
trying. No, in at
Then 2
Lola.
times.
Did we wrestle in the Waffle
think
House?
so.
No, I don't think we did. You were throwing up. I was throwing up, and you were like,
Yeah.
Because of the wrestling?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Number 5 ASU.
Dude, I think I just popped my shoulder out of place.
Yeah, you charged at me, and I was just like,
Well, I thought you were gonna give a little bit. Like
I did not.
I wasn't trying to take you down because that'd be a terrible idea.
Yeah,
But I thought you were gonna give a little bit. You didn't at all.
I did not. I never give.
Yeah. Sun Devils beat number 3 Missouri 19-17.
Oh, brother.
Sign me up, Zeke.
First match at Mullet Arena. And I think this was really just Zeke Jones proving to everybody that if given enough time, he could turn Shawn into an elite wrestler.
Yeah,
I think
he
that's
did.
what
I mean, I already have the tools.
Oh.
Clearly,
Do you?
I mean, Shane's over there
You see
about to
that?
go on the
You
IR.
You just destroyed me.
I had the head. I would have gone for the 2-leg
I don't say
takedown,
this a lot.
double-legged takedown.
My shit got fucked, dude.
Oh, no.
That's what I do.
Look, okay.
Don't make it weird.
That's all you, man. ASU Wrestling. Guys, is Zeke Jones quietly the best coach at Arizona State?
I don't.
I mean, we've had this conversation.
If
We
he
had a
is,
bunch.
he's not quiet about it.
Yeah,
He's,
and I mean,
He's been barking about it?
it's tough because you got him and you got Greg Powers and
You
you
do.
got
and you got Bob
If you were
Bowman.
building a
Bob Bowman.
program, right now, put you on the spot. You want Greg Powers? You want Zeke Jones?
building a program. I mean, Powers quite literally built a program, so tough to not do that. The triathlon coach, I don't know who they are, to be quite honest, off the top of my head, but you want to talk?
Cliff English.
Yes. I mean, you want to talk about a dynasty. I probably would side with. Oh no, I'll say Zeke because I mean, this is a guy that's like very accomplished, like in his own right, and I mean,
An Olympian.
learned under one of the greatest wrestling coaches of all time. So like, there's kind of like a legacy there, and I mean, all respect to ASU hockey, but like, wrestling was 5th and just beat the 3rd-ranked program in the country. Like they're at a different spot.
Yeah.
Like ASU is good. They're 19th in pairwise, I think, or hockey's good. They're 19th in pairwise, but Zeke Jones has put this
He'd been
wrestling
doing
program
this.
on a different
He
level.
done had said it prior.
Yeah, Zeke Jones had been done doing this. So you'd go Zeke as well? Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what ASU Wrestling can kind of do for the rest of the season. Look, if you want to hear a little bit more about Zeke Jones and this ASU Wrestling team, if you guys are listening, you can go find the episode, which isn't that old. It's literally like maybe a week and a half old or a week old, when Zeke Jones was on our show talking about the season and just about their expectations. So definitely go give that a listen. Before we get into our final Friday topic, want to tell everybody what they should do prior to the ASU game tomorrow, and that is go to Burrito Express because
Dude, I'm so excited for Burrito Express.
it is again the back national champion of burrito making.
It is the ASU triathlon of burritos.
It really is. They don't miss. They don't miss at all. And they hit any time of the day. I was telling Shawn yesterday was the first time I've ever gone to Burrito Express and gotten 2 burritos. Right? So I had one in the morning.
Late to the party.
And then I saved one for the end of the day. And my God, it was like 10:30 at night. We had just finished ranting and raving about ASU basketball. And that burrito put me straight to sleep. It did give me a weird dream. I will say. Strange dream.
No, don't.
I don't think you can blame that on the burrito.
Yeah.
You're just a strange man.
You are.
Enoch had an and 1 in the dream.
Oh.
That's not that strange.
That is that
For
strange.
him?
For him, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty strange.
That's what I'm saying.
Enoch almost had a viral tweet today.
Yeah,
Really?
he
Kind
did.
of viral.
Yeah, it was kind of viral. But yes, go to Burrito Express, guys. There's a location not too far from wherever you're at if you are in Arizona. So definitely go give them a look. Leah, it is time.
I feel like it's been a while since I've been on here.
It has.
Doing
And I
this.
think for who's hot this week, I think it is pretty clear
Yep.
who's hot this week.
Yep. This is a long time coming, so here we go.
Oh my God, it worked. This feels. I don't even like this.
I was going to say, this feels like you didn't earn it.
No. I mean, I have. I had earned it before.
Shane
Yeah.
is hot for those.
Shane is
listening.
100% hot this week, buddy. Congratulations.
Yay!
It's a Mickey Mouse ring.
I'm sorry. I just got really angry because just someone commenting. I'm so sick of the U of A fans cheering for Bobby Hurley winning games, being like, "Oh, he saved his job. That's awesome for us." Like,
Like, doesn't
All
make
right,
any
dude.
sense.
have
Cool
fun.
guy.
Yeah, Shane's hot this week. But he's a little salty boy. What is the first topic?
Little
Okay.
Salty Boy, great rap name.
All right. Well,
Salty Boy Slim.
so the theme of today's Hot or Not is going to be Thanksgiving, as Thanksgiving is
Ooh.
next week. So all Thanksgiving topics. First Hot or Not topic. And I know we've talked about certain foods over the course of this week, but Thanksgiving food as a whole, hot or not?
Hot.
Hot.
100%. Everything but the turkey.
Yeah.
So that's my
I was
dilemma.
gonna do just turkey, but I thought it'd be
Turkey's
more
cold as
fun.
fuck.
Yeah.
To
There's a
debate.
reason it's only
The
cooked once a
turkey
year.
that we had at Friendsgiving was very good.
It
Like
was
it's some of
very
the
good.
best
Where was
turkey
it
I've had.
from?
I don't know.
Salt.
Rudy's.
Rudy's.
Oh, Rudy's.
That was good turkey. That's my problem with Thanksgiving food, though, is that you think Thanksgiving food, you think of a turkey, and turkey's not that good.
Turkey's mid.
But it's not. Yeah, exactly. But generally speaking, the rest of it is pretty good. Yeah. So I'll say hot. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that much controversy on that one.
Okay. I've
leftovers.
heard people hate Thanksgiving food.
That's
so
crazy
I'm
to me.
Surprised.
That is
I think it's
absolutely-
overrated.
I think it's a little overrated, but in its
But
own
what's
right, it is hot.
overrated about it?
Turkey's not good.
Okay, but the turkey,
I think
outside of the
I
turkey,
think
you
I
get
like
football,
stuffing.
you get great food.
No, we're
That's not
talking
the
Thanksgiving
question.
food.
Yeah, Thanksgiving food is amazing. Mac and cheese, great. Pie, great.
You're
Mashed
arguing-
potatoes,
You argue
great.
things so weird.
How? What am I? What's
Let's go to the
weird?
next one.
What's weird? What's weird about the argument there?
We were talking about Thanksgiving food, and,
You like
and
football?
you mentioned football, and you're like,
Okay,
yeah.
Thanksgiving food, mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
mac and cheese.
Hot.
I'm blanking.
I think it's a little overrated.
It is
though.
a little
I think
overrated.
stuffing
People
is a
think
little
it's
overrated.
incredible.
It's good, but it's overrated.
It's incredible.
Turkey is just not good for the most part.
You know what I think? Hot take. People just don't cook for themselves enough. And so when they get home cooked food, they're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
turn me up. And it's like, this is,
I feel like that
Yeah.
was a shot at me.
no, it wasn't at all. Yeah, I think you're just a little insecure today.
Next topic before I cry.
Okay. Hot. Oh my gosh. Hot or not? Turkey trots.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Not hot.
Fucking ice
Stay your
cold.
ass inside.
Why
What
are
we
you
doing?
running?
Why are you running?
Well, a lot of them benefit good things.
Yeah, no, but like a
Why
five.
are they so cold? Like, why are they immediately cold to you guys?
Because
It's
just
running.
Stay inside and spend time with your
Unprovoked.
family.
It's
Go watch
unprovoked
football.
running.
Wait, but that's not usually. Are they usually on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's what I'm saying.
Didn't
Like,
know
And
that.
it's
like,
usually the morning of Thanksgiving.
what are you trying to prove?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're fit and
But
you're doing physical
if you do it with
activity.
your family,
Loser.
sure.
Yeah, but just watch football with your family. Go watch the dog show. Like, which I don't know if that's gonna be Tyler. I don't want to steal the thunder.
The dog
It's
show?
not.
It's
but
not hot.
but-
hot. The Westminster Dog Show.
Yeah.
It is my one and
Shawn and
only
I-
Thanksgiving
Shawn
tradition.
and I
Is
bonded
watching
over
the dog
this.
show
Shut
every single
up. It's
Thanksgiving.
terrible.
Dude, it goes crazy.
I'm with
Dog
Charles.
shows go
Running,
crazy.
not hot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like winning.
All right, one final topic. What do we got?
All right, last topic. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Not hot.
Not hot. Ice
Screw it.
cold. I
Screw
hate
it.
all parades, to be honest with you.
I don't hate all parades. I do. They're kind of lame. Like,
All right, here we go. Here we go.
no.
No, if you are watching it to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, that's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
If you got it on the background, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
you look over, you're like, it's
oh,
Charlie
it's
Brown.
Pikachu. Yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's
No,
cool.
okay.
So
That's
for that
fair.
reason,
That's
I think
fair.
it's hot.
That's a good point. Yeah, because like when I was younger,
Oh,
like
shit.
it was.
What's Jimmy Neutron got in his mouth?
Yo,
Is that a blunt?
What?
what kind of Macy's Thanksgiving
He
parade?
is not watching the right
Brought
parade.
to you by
That's why he
Snoop
likes
Dogg,
it.
apparently.
You guys don't watch it on Stream East?
No.
It's a joke. But yes, I think having it on the background is
Yeah,
very hot.
but like when I was younger, it'd be like when I was young, like a little kid, it was like, oh yeah, the parade, like there's a giant Pikachu, that's really cool. And then I grew up, and then like there was like that kind of that layover between when you realized that you didn't need to watch it and the moment where you realized it wasn't cool, and you're kind of just like, why am I?
You want to know the worst part is when you're like let's say you're eating breakfast or something on the morning of Thanksgiving, and you look and to go look at the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and it's just a bunch of twirlers. You're like,
Yeah,
cool.
It's Al Roker talking
with
to
the
you
high
with
school in
earmuffs
Alabama,
on.
great.
Yeah, yeah. No, and then also, you want to know what bothers me?
Uh-oh.
You know what really
Oh,
bothers
no.
me? You know what grinds my gears? That's literally what I said. You know what grinds my gears? Get Santa out the parade. Thanksgiving's not even over yet. Most families haven't even had dinner yet. You're like, oh, now it's Christmas season.
That's so funny you said that because I was just thinking I like that it ends with Santa because it's like the passing of the baton to Christmas.
I haven't even had my Thanksgiving dinner yet, though. The
doesn't
the
matter.
football games haven't kicked off yet. It's not Christmas until the day after. Black
You're
Friday.
passionate about weird things.
I'm passionate about
But I
everything.
appreciate it.
Being passionate makes life more fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you stand for nothing, die for anything.
Yeah. I know he just drops this shit on us.
I feel like that
sometimes.
shit's on a chocolate wrapper somewhere, but not one that you ate because you hate chocolate.
If it's not a
Oh,
white chocolate
chocolate
wrapper.
wrapper.
Huh?
Are there motivational things on chocolate wrappers?
Yeah,
I feel like
in the
Dove chocolates. Yeah,
chocolates.
they got things
But
on the
what
same
about?
side.
I don't be eating
Five
Dove
gum?
chocolate like that. I mean,
I was gonna say
Trying to get
Snapple, but I
inspired
think
today.
that's
Oh yeah, it's like a Snapple fact. Yeah. I don't even remember what I was just ranting about, to be honest.
Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, that's just my only point. It's just like let Thanksgiving have its moment.
I agree.
You can put the tree up
I get
tomorrow.
both of your guys' arguments, but I agree with Shawn a little bit more.
Okay, that's fair. Look, guys, if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX
Is that
_.
three?
Sun Devils. Yep, you can give me a follow at Anthony _
Oh, yeah.
Toach. You
Thanksgiving,
can follow
Frank
Shane at Shane Deep. You can follow Shawn DePause at Shawn _ DePause.
Passionate as always.
And we will see you guys for a post-game show tomorrow, late afternoon after the game. But definitely keep
Early
up with the
evening?
YouTube channel
cares?
because we've got some great content on the way.
I care.
But that's going to do it for us
joking.
today. Peace.
Wait, I'm not ready to end your show.
Oh.
I want to talk about diehards.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
didn't
guys
tell them
haven't
about
talked
that.
about
You're-
diehards.
Sorry, I forgot. Because we
You're
have
good.
somebody waiting for us. So can you guys talk about diehards while I go retrieve the person?
What?
Yeah? No?
Well, we have this great video about what a diehard is, and you can get great membership perks, including 20% off all merch and events in the store. We're switching our membership service, so now not only do you get all this great stuff, but also if you're not a member, all the content is unlocked for you. Stuff from Craig, Gerald by Totree, and yeah, it's a great time. There's also a bunch of curated content specifically for you. There's no better time to be a diehard than right now. So without further ado, be a diehard.